So y'all want to make a pop-up in your altered books. So I'm going to show you how I did it. Basically, it's a card making activity. And it consists of your mechanism. This is your mechanism. And what you put your pictures on. And then it goes inside the card. So I'm going to walk you through how you make this mechanism and how you put it in your card and then how you put it on your book. So first of all, you need your picture holder, the one where you're going to put your images, and then your paper for your mechanism. The mechanism is not going to be longer than your pictures, and the bigger your pictures, the more space it's going to take up in your book, of course. So I'm going to start with a smaller version. This is going to be for my pictures or my images. I'm going to take that, and I'm going to, you fold it in half. You're going to accordion fold it. And I always like to use a bone folder. You can use the back of a pencil or a scissors or whatever you use to make your creases nice and sharp. And they kind of need to be accurate. Semi. I don't measure, and we'll talk about measurements in a minute. I really don't measure. I just know this is going to be my image holder. See how it's accordion folded? This is going to be my mechanism. I always cut my mechanism a little bit longer than what I know I'm going to end up using, because then I can cut it down easier than I can make it bigger. Alright, so this is this wide. I'm going to take my mechanism and somewhat toward the middle. I haven't seen, like I'm not measuring. I'm going to fold an X in there. So I think there. And I put it on a grid so that I can fold this down, straight down, up and down. So that's one part of my X. See, that's one part of the X. I'm going to open it, and I'm going to fold it straight up. So I folded it down, and now I'm folding it up. You can fold it up first and then down. It doesn't make a difference which one you do first. So now see, I have an X, and let me mark that so you can see it. I have an X fold in my paper. Then I'm going to fold it in half. See where that X middle is, making sure it's at half, at the middle of the X. That's why I do this second, because I want to make sure that where the X crosses is where my fold meets. You see that? So let me mark that with the marker so you can see it. I have a fold here, and I have a fold here. If you've ever done any origami, you know that folds can go either way. And by making them go backwards and forwards, that you can enforce that fold and you make it work. Also, these are going to be valley folds, and these are going to be mountain folds. And see, you're going to make these little triangles. You're going to push your valley folds in and bring them together, and it's going to form your triangle. And this is your mechanism. You see, this is why I don't worry about the length, because now I'm going to cut that off and make them even. That's all there is to it. Just make them even. Alright, so then I have a card over here that I made up to put this in. And it's gone. See, it's gone. I used it for this, I guess. So we'll use this, and it's not, no, we'll use this. And you'll want your card, and it's not going to be this big. You'll want your card to be kind of sturdy, this base to be kind of sturdy, because it's going to be the base, the foundation. And this is going to go fit right like that. And the only place that you put glue on your mechanism is in these triangles. I'm using score tape today. I normally use glue. It takes longer for the glue to dry, so I'm using score tape for the sake of expediency. And I'm going to put this on there, and just on the triangle. And then see, I have some overlapping, so I'm just going to cut those little extra pieces off. You do not want it to overlap. You want just the triangle to be sticking. And if I was making this to go in a book that was going to be used, I would of course go all the way to the top. So here I have my mechanism with the two triangles, like a house peak. In fact, it kind of looks like a house. You're going to take this point and you're going to put it in the center of your card. Center this way and center just on the line and center it. And see, it's going to fold over like that. So let me pull the plastic off. And of course, this is supposed to be faster till you get to pulling the plastic off. How many of you ever watched Carol Duvall? And way back when, that was when this double-sided tape stuff started coming out. And I swear she never would admit it, but that's probably why she retired, because she never could make these tape things work. There, we got that. I seen her almost have a meltdown when I saw her once almost have a meltdown once on live TV because she could not get these plastics off. All right, we got them off. And now you heard a cute little story about Carol Duvall. So it's sticky. I'm going to open, because I want this to be right in this groove, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to see how it's folded in. I'm going to fold them this way and get my groove in the groove. Get my fold in the groove. So it's in the groove. And the only thing that's going to stick is where the sticky is. See that? And then you can, when you fold it, can you see how it's folding in? All right. Now that's a little bit long. If I put my thing there, it's too long. So I'm going to cut it to where I'm going to fold this in half, and I'd want it just a little bit shorter. See, this is what we put our pictures and images on, and we want it just a little bit shorter. See, like I said, I don't measure. And I can come over here, and I'm going to fold this back so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to cut both those legs off. So now we have a short house in the middle with the roof is glued on. So now we want to put our image holder in. So I'm going to line up. You can see the center. Here's my X's. Here's my X. And here's the line. So you can see the center. I'm going to line this up right there on the center. And I'm going to what I want is to glue just the top of this. So I'm going to line this up and make a mark. Boy, it's almost like a Copic marker. I'm going to line it up, make a mark, line this one up, and make a mark. So what we're going to do to make this mechanism work, we're going to put sticky here and sticky there. Glue or score tape or whatever. When you've done a few of these, it doesn't get so confusing. But right now, you're thinking, I'll never get that. But have you noticed we haven't used a ruler once to measure? And I'm going to put it over here. Okay, there's my score tape where my image holder is going to be. And let's take if you use your bone folder on it, it stretches that elastic, and then it's able to come off a little bit nicer. Because the elastic will stretch, but the sticky stuff is stuck down already. So it can't stretch. And of course it did. There it goes. doesn't take fingernails. You can see I don't have any fingernails. It really doesn't take fingernails to do this. All right, so then there's the sticking, and just like I did when I measured, I'm going to put this in the center, the same amount. I'm going to put that right there in the center. I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to press where those stick is. If that's not straight, so I'm going to pick it up and make it a little bit straighter. But no, you can't, and you'll see why I wanted it straight. That'll work. No, it's all together, but like husbands, you got to train it. You got to train it a little bit. Okay, this is coming up. And see, this is going to stick. And when you fold it, you got to say, hey, you're going to fold this way. See how it's going to twist? It's called a twist and fold card. See this? And it's twist. You just give it a little. You got to play with it and fold it a couple of times. And because this cardstock is weak, I didn't use, do your folds, twist, 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 and it's still hanging up there. And if it, oh, there it went, see? Twist. And I'm doing it. And there's your twist. And there it is. Let me walk through that one more time. I have another set right here. If you got it, go ahead. Turn me off. Thank you for watching. But I've got another set here. And I'm going to start over again. And we're going to make it smaller. I'm going to make it like this small. So I want to make it smaller, so I'm going to cut, my pictures are not going to be more than 2.5 inches. And they're not going to have, it's not going to be, the longer it is, let's make it 2. We want them small. 2 by 6. I'm just measuring because, just to give you an idea what you're going to end up with. That's 2 by 6. So our mechanism is going to be 1.5. We don't ever want it to be the same width. Do not make your mechanism the same width. 1.5. But we don't care how long it is right now because we can cut it off. And there's my 2 by 6. Let me get that stuff out of the way. 2 by 6 stuff. And there's where my pictures are going. So I'm going to kind of eyeball it to about there. It's going to fold here. Ooh, this is wimpy paper. Very wimpy paper. It may not work. And then we're going to go to here. And there's our triangle. I'm going to X's. I'm going to fold it down the middle, right down the middle of that X. And of course, it's not going to be even. I'm going to poke. And well, this is not going to work because that's such flimsy paper. And see, it's not even. I just eyeballed it. So we don't want this any longer. I'm going to, and your image, I'm going to go. And I'm going through this twice because I remember things to tell you each time I do it. So this is not something that I've really thought out. I never did think out too much on my teaching stuff anyway. By the way, I am a retired home economics teacher, and I did manage to teach people to cook and sew. Young people, but people. All right, so see, it's not going to be, see, it's going to be shorter. My mechanism is shorter than my image holder, but it is sure wimpy, and it may not work. Now this is a We already used this card. Let's use this card. And I'm going to put tape. Let's just use, let's go for it. Let's use a 1/2-inch tape. Take one piece. One piece does it all on each side. I prefer glue. It just seems like when you use glue, the paper becomes one. The two become one. They kind of merge together more than with the sticky, with score tape or with the runner tape. They just sit between the two. They don't really bond them. They just stick them together. They don't bond the papers together. Glue kind of becomes one with the paper and bonds. All right, now remember, I'm going to open it up. I'm going to fold it backwards so that the score tape's on the outside. Here's my fold of my card. I'm going to, first we're going to take the plastic off. And we just have one on each one to take off. Much better, much better. I'm going to stick that in that fold. And I'm going to stick it down. And because I didn't get the tip, let's make it straight this time. Last time we didn't make it straight. There it goes. And here's mine. And see, there it goes. You can see it folding. I'm going to open this to the middle and bring this out. And that's still just a little too long. And that may be why that other took so long to train. Because you don't need it over the whole quarter of a piece. I'm going to glue there. And then I'm going to cut this off after I mark it. Cut a little bit of this off. That'll make it better. Much better. I'm going to put some tape. Tape. Burnish. Oh, it doesn't want to let go. Okay. See, this comes up, but we want it in the middle. Okay, bring it up and train it. So you're going to bring it up and it's going to twist. Bring it up and it's going to twist. It didn't hear me. It didn't hear me. There we go. Yeah, it's that flimsy paper. It's trying. So be the lesson to you. Don't use flimsy paper. See, it did it. In fact, it's doing it better. I think that's because I only used, well, it's because it's flimsy paper. And there we go. But see, because it's flimsy paper, it won't hold it out near so good. I'll do my best to see if I can make a PDF of written instructions. I always do better with written instructions. I can't stand having to go halfway through the video to find the point that I need, which is why I love that Lori Marie has started giving us PDFs. But there we go. Here's another one. And what you would do when you put it on your, like here's your page, and you would put it on there. Well, this doesn't have to be this big. So you feel in there to where that is ending, and you can cut that off there. So we're going to cut that off there. And then, oh, did I cut off? No, I didn't. Then you can feel where it cuts, where that is there. So you can cut that off there. And you can cut it off there. So that's a whole lot smaller than that big old thing. And when you put it this way, it'll open up that way. If you put it this way, then you're going to have to put your images this way, which you can. You can put your images like portrait, or put it down and put your no, this is portrait, landscape. So you can do them either way, portrait, and you just will glue this page down to the book page. I mean, this is the back of the card, because this basically is a card. You could say hello there, but it doesn't say hello there. And you glue that, secure that down. That would be a good idea. Ooh, wouldn't that be cool if you had some eyelets there, right there, and put little danglies off of that? That would be cool. Okay, and you can also put a little dangly here. Put an eyelet, put a little dangly there. I'm all for all the eyelets and danglies. I love foo-foo. All right, thank you for watching. I hope I didn't confuse you too much.